So this video did really, really well, but there was a lot of criticism and remarks about the video at large in regards to what I did or didn't really discuss very well, and like could have elaborated on further, generalized too much, this, that, and the other thing. So I figured we'd run through all the comments and have a look at what people actually mean, because you guys provided so much honest critique that I figured it would be a really good idea to just make a whole follow-up video and unscripted try to discuss everything that was said. Congratulations, by the way, to Adventure Karma, my friend right here. Old friend, great guy, had this Fallout 4 video or something that popped off with 166,000 views. Propels him to a level of popularity that exceeds all of my channels combined. So yeah, it's really great to see. Congratulations. He was the first one to comment with the Filthy Casuals are way better than all other groups. You're just jealous of our abilities. And, you know, it's funny. He likes to talk like that. I found it pretty cool. And then Catfish, my good friend Catfish, says, great video as a whole. Personally, I'd argue that rage quitting isn't necessarily a bad thing to do. If you're not having fun and actively frustrated, it's probably best to step away from the keyboard and take a breather. I love this video, and I hope to see more like this. No rush. Yeah, and I agreed with this for the most part. I guess I generalized a bit, but rage quitting doesn't make you like a narcissistic gamer, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that happens when you lose control of the situation or you lose control of yourself. And if you get to that point or get close to that point, it's probably best to take a break, because raging really isn't going to help you for the most part. Let me just try to zoom in here so that you all can see what I'm reading. Fun is never given a clear definition. You suggest that it oughtn't be the mere act of enjoying a thing, because some things shouldn't be performed. Presumably, for different reasons than the thing isn't fun, because that'd otherwise be circular. I'm left to infer from the rest of the video that what's fun is to experience the game and to develop your skills as a player. This way, cheating becomes a way of depriving oneself of fun by removing self-improvement from the equation. But not only is that not explicitly stated, it's just defining cheaters and the unengaged casuals out of having fun. What do people mean when they say, I just want to have fun? Cheaters do impede your ability to develop your skills against other actual players, thereby removing the fun out of the game for both themselves, by robbing themselves of experience, and for other players. Okay, so I did kind of leave it vague just to kind of, I don't know, poke and prod people to come to a conclusion on their own, but there's kind of a reason why I left it open-ended, and it was to provoke discussion like this, because I am still very much stuck in my high school class of great books, where we would read, like, the great works of the ancient Greeks and the Romans, and the Greeks in particular had a very interesting way of handling discussions, in the sense that they would always leave their remarks open-ended, and everyone could participate. And it was very much a pursuit of the truth. So that's kind of the way I talk now. That had a huge influence on the way I talk, and even think, just in general. Not everyone agrees with this definition of fun. I'm one of those filthy casuals. It's even my nom de plume. Yeah, I saw that. I actually kind of laughed at that. For me, fun is about reasonable challenge and reciprocity. A game isn't fun if the teams aren't of comparable skill, and or if one team is willing to sacrifice the other team's fun to secure a victory. Cheaters violate this too. Cheats give players unfair advantages that remove skillful counterplay, and it obviously ruins the fun for the non-cheater team. So, funny that I'm doing this now, because what actually motivated me to do this right now is that I just got out of a TF2 casual match, in which it's 4 people on blue, 3 on red. I'm on blue. All 4 of us are not cheating, but all 3 of the red team are cheating. And this is a casual lobby, mind you. I guess all the bots had been kicked, so there weren't that many people in the server to begin with. I was playing Hightower of all maps too, right? But there was an aimbotting scout and 2 aimbotting demo men that were just trolling. Somehow we still won, but it's actually kind of ironic in the timing of it that I'm actually doing it right now. I'll put up footage of it on the screen, probably alongside all of this. It also applies to sweats and tryhards. To me, getting spawn camped by the demo medic power couple is probably less fun than getting spawn camped by bots. The bots are just following their programming. Players who spawn camp know what they're doing and make an active decision to do it anyway. Is it fun to spawn camp? Does it help to develop their skills as a player? Are you engaging with the game's deeper mechanics and building that understanding? If it's not fun for them, and it's not fun for me, where does the spawn camping come from? This is the problem, because people will say that it is fun to spawn camp because everyone wants to farm some easy kills every now and then, and a demo medic power couple, or even just a demo, just a stray demo out there, spawn camping the unaware players, is, I must admit, it can be gratifying sometimes. It's a very easy access to a dopamine hit of, oh, look at me, easy frags. It's very much not fun for the other people. And it's always funny to see people try to get out of it, because eventually you do get out of it. Like, either the demo man gets bored, or eventually they do figure out how to remove the traps, or they build Uber, or something like that. And they actually, like, can actually, like, get out of spawn reasonably quickly, like within 30 seconds. But in a TF2 match, 30 seconds can be a long time. I understand that. So, sorry. I will admit, though, having done it before, it's not that fun, because you do it, like, twice, and then you're like, yeah, you're not really contributing anything to society as a whole. You know what I mean? That's the crux of the issue. This video isn't for anyone outside the F category of players. Oh, the fun category, yeah. I'm not given a reason to accept that the definition of fun put forward by the video is more valid than mine. Excuse me. Jeez, my nose is stuffy. You must be sick. Bleh. The spawn campers probably have fun doing what they do. The people who want to become true masters have fun pursuing that goal. And I have fun turning off my brain. This was a very well-written perspective. I really enjoyed it. And I wrote a big, long thing about it. This is where I initially announced that I would make a follow-up video. It's interesting, too. I must admit, in the essence of the project, I was rushed, because I had been sitting on the draft of that script for about a month, and I just wanted to get it out, so I neglected to consider what happens when your brain just wants to be on autopilot and just slow burn it. Typically, I only play single-player games for that, because I understand that people will give me a hard time, because just because I want to turn my brain off doesn't mean that other people want to turn my brain off. And then I see people who genuinely want to get better at the game as tryhards and sweats, and then get mad at them for it, and it's completely unjustified. And then I get in trouble, and then I get kicked or something, you know? So typically, I restrain myself from online games when I'm having a bad day, and I go towards single-player games like Doom 2016. And I just, you know, start a campaign, play through some levels, go in arcade mode, you know, stuff like that. I don't, I try to stay out of it, but that's just how I understand my own mind, and not everybody needs to operate like that, obviously. It's just to compound upon the point. Now, this one, I was really hoping for, actually. This is a comment from a cheater, if you couldn't tell. I'm always blatantly cheating when I play casual TF2 because it's funny to make kids and mentally unstable individuals, such as you, rage. Yet I can easily top score most of the time when I'm legit fragging, I'm assuming is what he means. Even on community servers that aren't teeming with fresh installs. That whole spiel about how cheaters are the worst people ever is pure cope. You just take the game way too seriously, and seeing someone perform well without earning it makes you jealousy rage, although in fact most cheaters are quite competent even without cheats. Why the heck do you cheat then? Just to get the power trip? Dumbo. Thanks for reading, and remember, always remember, get good, get Lamau box. I'm trying to remember. Lamau box was one of the first, what Wasn't this one of like the first really bad cheater bot hoster stuff? Jeez, imagine the popularity a Lamau box can get. It's absurd. It's really frustrating too, because then you have people like Lonquidor who actually interviewed the Hexatronic or Deltatronic bot hosters, one of the most infamous ones, and then he took it down because he got I don't know, community was whining about it or something, kind of caved. So obviously dude gets ratioed. Wow, so professional. I tried to be cordial about it because, to be honest, this I excuse me, jeez. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't trying to provoke some kind of reaction out of the cheaters, but I don't really mean it as provoke as much as I do. I wanted to see if anyone would find it. I wanted to see if anyone would care, right? Like, I wanted to see if anyone would give a darn about like responding to a video calling them out, right? So yeah, stuff like this. You were the cancer of the TF2 community. Is it just cheat software advertisement? You could just say, I use cheats because I'm bad at the game. Why are you writing it so much? Yeah. Cope. Keep laughing, Wills. Yeah, just stuff like that. Got absolutely wrecked. Everyone knows he ain't top scoring. This is the other problem that I have with it too, and this is something I didn't ever really cover in the video either that I realized I might have needed to. Like, people say if you don't like the server, just leave the server. But kind of the point of logging on to casual servers is that you're not supposed to log off. Like, that's not supposed to be necessary. And besides, if you really think that your actions aren't morally ambiguous at all, then you really shouldn't be encouraging other people to leave. Excuse me. A, you shouldn't be encouraging people to leave. B, if your actions aren't morally ambiguous, you wind up with people who cheat. Like, you wind up with more cheaters, and then those cheaters tell other people to go screw off. And then you go to community servers where even now the cheaters are beginning to bleed in larger numbers than I've seen before. I've been seeing it more and more lately. And it's like it's a lot of logical, it's a mess. It's just a great big mess. It's stupid logic patterns and bad arguments, and it's like cheaters say just switch servers, but that's not the point. And sometimes you just can't vote kick them. Like, again, I'll reference the match I just finished playing. 3 red members, 4 blue members. All 4 blue members could only report the players, but that doesn't do anything because Valve doesn't care. And you wind up with cheaters on the other team who all vouch for each other, obviously, because they're all cheating and they're all united in the common goal of we cheat for the power trip. And it ruins the enjoyment for everybody else, and it makes you look like a complete jerk, which I get is what you want, but I don't know why you want to come off like that. It's like, of all the things to be proud of, this is a very odd thing to be proud of. And then this one is so iconic that I actually screenshotted it and had it as my wallpaper for a time. This is extremely racist. Not all cultures discourage cheating, and some even support, such as China. It's ignorant to put down one cultural position by claiming yours is superior. Don't be a bigot. I lost so many brain cells reading that he was actually, like, even my dad right now is laughing at me as I read that out loud right now. Because it's just, it was the dumbest thing. Like, I sent that to Adventure Karma when it was actually posted. We had a good laugh about that. It was really funny. Pinned it. I pinned the comment and stuff. It was hilarious. Though I accidentally responded with my music account. And then this one, this poor replier actually took the comment seriously, or literally, and responded as if this guy was actually talking seriously, which there's no way he's talking seriously. The way it's phrased is just terrible. This comment should be in a museum. So do you. The Indiana Jones reference. It was really, really funny. Okay, Grandma, let's get you to bed. And then Catfish commented again, I honestly think opening this discussion to cheaters was a mistake. We all know why they do it, to piss others off. Cheaters are the gaming equivalent of school bullies. They both derive pleasure from making fun of other people, and it's honestly sad that these people never grow out of that phrase. I pray that they get the help they need. And it's like, this is why I'm sure Lonquidor took down that Deltatronic interview, which really disappoints me, because you don't need to hide from them. They're all cowards anyway, first of all. Just by nature of not actually being able to play the game. But second of all, it's like, I don't care. I don't care if cheaters, like, troll out, you know, let them make fools of themselves more than they already are. I don't need to take the discussion down. I don't need to delete the comments. I don't need to, you know, take the video down. That's stupid. As we all know, fun is a zero-sum game. Any enjoyment I get must be at the expense of someone else. And that's mostly true. That's kind of the anthem of cheaters. But I can sometimes get enjoyment out of being absolutely destroyed. Like, when I train with my competitive TF2 teammates, and I go MGE, you know, I'm terrible at MGE. I'm still learning. But it's a lot of fun because I'm learning, and I'm actually getting better. I was actually able to hold my own for a little bit. Against my teammate. And this is Agion, who is a player that I remember from pre-Fortress 2. And he had this comment that compounds upon Filthy Casual's comment in a way that, like, my girlfriend actually said she was going to phrase that way, but he said it first. Personally, I think the definition of fun is described by the dictionary, is purposefully vague because no objective meaning can be attached to it. Your definition of fun is no less valid than mine because fun is inherently subjective. Whereas you derive enjoyment from constantly improving your skills as a gamer, I enjoy something else entirely. I also don't think fun can be categorized, nor do I think players can be. Sure, everyone falls into similar roles, but from my point of view, nobody is ever truly going to fit in the category to which they have been assigned. That's true. Some people very easily share traits of the FU and N categories. Which category do they belong in then? Yes. And then people move around all the times because sometimes, you know, an F category has a bad day and they become a U or an N for the day, and it's all very vague. It was more of a means of trying to sort out behavioral traits as opposed to the actual player themselves, but I understand that I phrased it in a way that made it seem like I'm assigning motive to the personhood of the player. I understand how it can be seen like that. I could have phrased it better. I have fun lifting up people's spirits and making their day. Yet I also have just as much fun being the bane of someone's existence. Depending on whether or not you're on my team, I will either be a highly supportive teammate, striving to be positive and useful at all times, or I will be a vicious opponent, willing to go above and beyond to benefit my team as a whole. If my team needs healing, I will choose to become a medic. If my team needs to destroy a sentry, I will choose to become a demo man. If my team needs one final push, I will choose to become a scout. And this is something that my girlfriend talks about too, because she has recently been getting into TF2 like a lot, and she really, really likes playing medic because she is not interested in a kill-death ratio. She's not interested in how well she does from a KD standpoint. She is very, very, very much into a supportive role as a team player. She really enjoys helping out the team and by doing so boosting their morale. Which was really notable that one time when she was playing in Nailgun World with us on live TF2 that one time. I uploaded the whole video publicly, I believe. It was the same day. Excuse me. Jeez. It was the same day she came over and made sandwiches, heavy sandwiches for me. And one of the nail gunners was like, "Hey, don't shoot our medic," and like the team started to just kind of rally around her because I told them that she was new, and she was super, super appreciative of it, and it kind of motivated her to keep playing. So it's very much the opposite of my standpoint, where I try to do the best for myself, and then the team can just benefit from my own actions. And yeah, it's interesting because I've never really been a team player, which is odd because my favorite game is a team-based shooter game. But yeah, he puts it really well here. Getting better, for me at least, is simply the natural consequence of me playing the game. I play competitively for this reason as well. Not to test my skills and climb the ranks, but to have a genuine team experience where everyone acts like a well-oiled cog in the war machine. I enjoy games like TF2 and PF2. I think it's Pre-Fortress 2 because PS2 is a console. Even when I'm losing, even when I'm getting spawn camped, even when I'm dying to the hackers over and over again, even when the game is blatantly unbalanced. Winning or losing isn't part of the fun for me. As long as I am being useful to an, at the very least, semi-cohesive team, I am having fun. Bonus points if my teammates are role-playing fanaticism by typing playful and non-toxic banter in the chat like red sucks, blue rocks, or let's show these red rats who's the boss. Yeah. No, that kind of thing is really, really cool. And that's honestly the charm of what brought me into TF2 as a whole, and then later into source mod projects like Team Fortress 2 Classic and Pre-Fortress 2, is that the camaraderie there and the team aspect of it was so much more vibrant, even in their own self-defined casual settings. Like, in casual TF2, it's every man for himself, despite you guys all wearing the same uniform. But in source mod projects, there's an actual element of teamness because of the community that surrounds the project and how tight everyone kind of gets to be. There's not this odd chasm between player and player. So yeah, that is a very valid definition of fun, and it's something that I should have given more consideration had I not been trying to rush the video. Are you moving that fast in the game, or is this HUD POV trick? Oh yeah, I was playing a TF2C. I believe my FOV is 135. It might be higher. I don't know if it can get higher, but yeah. This guy was kind of stalking the replies of all the cheater comments, which I thought was really funny. And yeah, cheater against cheater. Those videos are really funny. I've seen those before. Didn't they always lose? One way or another. It's just the queue is longer this time. Yeah. Bro, you turned into some kind of Greek philosopher at 104. Yeah, when I started talking about, like, definitions and stuff, I'm like, well, let's define fun for a sec. Like, he totally figured out that I was some part of some philosophy class, I swear. So I got some supportive comments. And then this one is, cheating really isn't that deep, seriously, LMFAO. Just rage hack. And obviously somebody who's very impulsive and lacks the ability to really just chill out. Made my mindset clearer. Like, some people liked the video, which was really great. I liked seeing the support on the video. I'd also be curious to know if cheaters actually stick to the game long term, or if they give up after quit after botting. I know for myself, I played a single-player game with some ridiculous cheat enabled, like infinite health or something, and it made the game entirely meaningless. There was no fun to be had since there's nothing to lose and no risk at all. Part of the thrill is staying alive after insane plays and hectic team fights. I know for myself, I wouldn't enjoy any of that if I had the hollow perks and cheating provides. Yeah. I like to think that they fade out over time, but they just get replaced by new people. Like the DCS.gg/platypus bots, I haven't seen Omegatronic or the other Tronic bots as much lately, but that's because they've been taken up by other usernames and, just other people in general have been taking their spots in the region that I'm in. It's gotten really bad, too, to the point where the bots are being programmed to crash the server or lag it out regardless of your internet, which is really scary. My biggest gripe with cheaters always boils down to, why are you even here? You're not even playing the game, you're just watching the game be played. Pretty good summary. Subtitle desync, yep, I still have to fix that. Because I got super busy, and apparently 11 days isn't enough time to fix subtitles. I'm ridiculous. As I am subscribed and hope to see more, which was great. Taking a game seriously that is meant to be taken seriously is not a bad thing. The term tryhard irks me because that's the point of the game. What people are referring to is people having poor emotional control to the point of being toxic to themselves and others. Trying to win is definitely not a bad thing, but you have to remember that you are doing this for fun, and to rage quit to allow yourself to reflect on your emotions. Yeah. Because I've been called a tryhard a ton, because I'm not a very big supporter of friendlies, and I'm not very sympathetic to them. I tend to kill them a lot. Call me morally out there, but I like playing the game for how it's intended to be played, and being friendly is not how it was intended to be played, and it's semi-frustrating that it devolves into that, but I guess that's a personal problem. Yeah, I have a lot to improve with TF2C. We could do better against cheaters if our team wanted to kick them, but they evolved. They're trying to hide it. They say they don't mind. You say that you don't mind, but the reality is no. They kind of fear, harass others to gain rage as some sort of pleasure. They don't do it to better themselves. They don't care about winning the game, though. They burn when lose, that half of truth. This was phrased kind of awkwardly. Maybe I should put subtitles in other languages. I don't know. But, yeah, this guy summarizes it pretty well. So I'm a narcissist because I wanted to avoid feeling like even more of a worthless piece of garbage than I already am by just leaving the game. The point of a multiplayer game is to be happy. If the point of multiplayer games is to be happy, I think even the developers are thinking about it the wrong way then, because that's not... I fail a lot. That's... No. I'm confused. I don't cheat, but you stated rage quitters in general are narcissistic. It's one of the traits of a narcissistic attitude. Again, the whole FUN category thing was very vague and, like I said, rushed. Didn't put a lot of thought into it. Really should have put more thought into it. Not even joining the servers themselves. The bots are just sent there. Yeah, the bot hosting is absurd. At this point, it's all kind of the same messaging at this point. Oh yeah, they hold servers hostage all the time. Yeah. I've been witness to that before. And then you have to pay for services to be immune for them, which don't even work. It's just a scam. And then I have this weird theory that Valve actually hires them and that Valve actually started this whole bot hosting thing because if they aren't doing anything about it, it doesn't seem like a very big problem to fix, because if bot hosters can simply do this with 5 lines of code, then what's to stop Valve from writing 10 lines of code and just upgrading the security system? It's not that difficult in my head, but what do I know? I'm not a programmer. Me cheater and hate bot hoster. Is me good? I'm gonna be honest, a lot of cheaters despite bot hosters and bots. Even though I'm friends with some bot hosters, I still hate bots. Very unique character right here. I've never heard of somebody quite like that. Why the hell do you die so often? Because I'm learning how to not die. They already prospered. Are you going to continue arguing, or are you going to go in and do something? You could take a third option, join a community server. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before they invade community servers. That's my belief. I try not to be doomer about it, but it'll be soon. I know it. What's the point of cheaters? I've met cheaters before, and I'm confused as to why they do it. Do they think they're just better? It changes so much. Man, all their reasoning is so weird. Some people do it just to get a reaction out of people. Some people are addicted to that rush in your brain of like, oh, you know, I got people mad. Funny, I've done something. Yeah, they have evolved. They're starting to crash servers. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. They're starting to crash servers. This might be the final step for everyone to playing community servers or leave the game entirely. They can lag the game so badly to the point where you can't even kick them. It might be over at this point if Valve doesn't step in. Like, they are completely ripping the game apart from the inside out, which is why you either have to join community servers at this point or join smaller projects like TF2C, Open Fortress, Pre-Fortress 2, you know, all those other projects. I wish Team Fortress Source 2 was still a reality, but it's not anymore. So, yeah, this is my follow-up video. I guess the whole point of all of this is that, yes, the people who provided that critique about the redefinitions of fun are absolutely right. And they... it makes sense. Their definitions of it all make sense. I wish I hadn't generalized as much, but hey, that's what a follow-up video is for, right? One more thing before I go. My friend, who I'm under the impression cheats, though he says he doesn't cheat anymore, sent me some messages in regards to this whole bit. I really think putting cheaters into only these two groups is kind of stupid. Yes, there's a lot of people like that, but it's really not everyone. Some people cheat and are open about it because they suck. Some people, like me, cheat because it's fun to make people mad and take no honor in it. That does not justify your behavior just to say that you take no honor in it, but okay. Some people cheat just to get accessibility features even, as cheating clients can allow for modifying the game in ways that the original client would never let you. And you backtrack again to repeatedly insult cheaters. Again, there is really only a very vocal minority of people who take pride or think they're good at the game for cheating. I don't think these descriptors apply to most cheaters I know. I did dig pretty hard into casuals, which, yes, I've already amended and I'm a little apologetic for. Rage quitting isn't narcissistic in any shape or form. Yeah, it was a bit of a generalization on this one. It's just, it was weird. I might go back later and, like, adjust the formula, as it were, but there's probably not a need to. So, yes, cheaters can detract fun from others. So can sweats. So can casuals. So can flat-out good players. I would disagree to a certain extent because of a more philosophical definition of fun. Everyone can be a jerk in the eyes of others, and everyone can also be a genuine thing. Cheating or not, if you run into people who are preventing you from having fun, find a different server. Again, that's a terrible solution because it shouldn't be necessary. And if everything is in the eye of the beholder, man, we run into a lot of problems. I'll tell you what. Simply because if everything is subjective at that point, then basically nothing is objective, which means we can't even have fun anymore because everyone's expense is had at the fun of others. And then what's the point of doing anything? So, anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I just wanted to make a follow-up video. I don't expect it to pop off much at all, but, you know, just wanted to talk. So, that's all. Goodbye.